Hey, everybody. Thank you guys for joining. Let's jump on into our show. I'll be doing this video off camera if you guys don't mind. This is a quick pop in. Not going to hold you guys long. Just have a few topics that we're going to go over. Thank you guys for joining us back. I see my mods are here. Thank you guys for being here as well. Let's jump on in. Of course, everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Hey, Queen Damaka, thanks for being here. All right, let's get into it. All right. This person just came home from jail. Mr. Fetty Wap, he not too long ago got released from jail. But child, he's announced that he is engaged. Somebody please check on Masika and do a wellness check on her, because child, I know she's gonna be somewhere spazzing out. Okay. She was spazzing out when he got out and acting a fool. So now that he's announcing that he is engaged, child, I said, oh, that was quick. Because child, who you meet this quick? Maybe they were dating while he was locked up. Who knows, right? You just never know. But let's get into it. Fetty Wap gets engaged to his fiance, Alexis. So let's get into it. Okay. This is no sound. Sorry, no sound, but that's beautiful. All the flowers. He's down on one knee. Obviously, she's accepting. Okay. Get it, Fetty. I ain't mad. Love is love, honey. Everybody deserves some love. Shout out to Fetty Wap. Somebody said, baby, won't you come my way? Y'all know that's his song. Baby, won't you come my way, honey? That's probably what he told her. She was like, okay, let me see what this ring hitting on. You know the ring, you gotta look at the ring first before you say yeah. You can't do a quick yeah without peeping at that ring and see how that ring look, right? So shout out to Fetty Wap for getting engaged to his fiance Alexis, honey. It looks like they're in love. Cute ring, okay? Yes, honey. I ain't mad at it. So shout out to Fetty Wap on that. Shout out to Fetty Wap. Let's move on, child, to Offset. We talked Offset up because we were talking about him earlier when I said Cardi should have stayed with Offset with his sorry ugly ass. And I said it. Hell, I ain't gonna clean it up. All right. But Offset, honey, found himself in some trouble. Now he did avoid some jail time in LA for a weed shop assault case, but it says the probation comes with very strict conditions. Let's get into it. According to the Jasmine brand, it says that Offset has avoided jail time after reaching a resolution in a criminal case tied to an alleged altercation at a Los Angeles cannabis dispensary. Now, according to TMZ, the former Migos rapper born Kiari Cephas was sentenced to 12 months of probation in connection with an assault case stemming from a March 2025 incident at Metmen LAX. Now, as part of his sentence, Offset must stay away from the dispensary where the confrontation took place. He was also ordered not to make any threats against anyone and is prohibited from owning and possessing any dangerous weapons. Okay, so he can't have no pow-pows. All right, probably not even a can of mace at this point. Now, it says that the court additionally ordered the rapper to pay restitution with the final amount still to be determined. He must also complete community service hours and attend an anger management class. He probably gonna get violated because y'all know his ass is broke. Okay, he's been out here gambling, trying to get a little coin or two. Offset ain't got no damn money, so y'all know you have to pay money when you're on probation. So we're gonna see how this hit, because I don't know. And we know Cardi ain't about to give him the money. Now, said that the case centered on allegations made by security guard Jim Sanchez, who accused Offset of becoming hostile and being asked to show identification before entering the dispensary. Now, Sanchez claims that the rapper struck him in the face and that others joined in the attack. Now, according to the guard, it said the incident left him hospitalized with injury. So how you the bouncer security and you get beat up? That's weird, right? Now, Offset has consistently denied the accusations. The rapper previously argued that Sanchez spit on him first, claiming that act sparked the altercation that followed. The sentence closes the criminal case, though the incident generates headlines throughout the past year as both sides disputed what had happened. Okay. Somebody said, here comes Tasha K. She better not report on it because according to the lawsuit between she and Cardi, she's not to report on anything Stephon Diggs or Offset related or Cardi B related. So if she picks up this story, that's going to be a direct violation for Tasha K. She's going to have to pay out more money or probably receive some jail time. So I hope she don't report on this case with Offset. Let me do it, girl. I got it, Tasha. All right, I got it. I reported on it. Okay, stay off this. I got it. All right. So let's get into it while we're talking about Cardi and Stefan. Now, you guys know that Blake Griffin has a lawsuit against Stefan Diggs, and he also sued Stefan Diggs' brother as well for assaulting him. You guys saw the video here on my channel. So a man accusing Stefan Diggs of sexual assault hit with a resurfaced claim that he allegedly tried to extort other athletes and celebrities. Now, I feel like somebody behind the scenes, maybe through Offset's camp, and I'm gonna say allegedly, may be paying to get this story and this narrative pushed, because this boy said he has over 100 pages of text messages between he and Stefan Diggs. We've already seen the video shown where he was attacked by Stefan Diggs' brother and two other guys that also was said to have robbed him and some other things as well. When they were waiting outside of his elevator to go to his apartment where he was attacked in retaliation of some type of interaction between Stefan Diggs that did not go down, according to Blake, that he said that Stefan Diggs was trying to sexually assault him. So I don't know where this girl came from, but let's get into what she has to say, and then we'll talk about it after.
Decided to have a baby by your high school sweetheart, only to find out that he would just grow into a scamming, scheming man-child who just refuses to get a job and just scams his way through life. He's tried to extort multiple people, NFL players, boxers, etc., lying on the internet, just attention-seeking behavior. You carry yourself with grace. You don't even address or acknowledge any of the crazy, weird, wild things that have happened. You just live your life. You don't ask him for any child support. You don't ask him to pay any of the tuition or anything for the child that you just love so much. And that's just the biggest, greatest blessing ever. Put a finger down if this same person who has harassed you, tried to assault you, and do all these crazy things to you, decided to serve and sue you for $12,000 for a chain that he didn't even buy, and that I don't even have. Decided to have a baby.
The only thing I do.
This is a video of Blake Griffin being caught by Stefan Diggs' staff trying to, what is this, leg it in the middle of the night? What? Said the ninjas get on the net and lie so hard and want sympathy. So let's see what this video gives.
I think you ever know. I had no intention, bro. Yes, you did, nigga. Stop capping. Yes, you did.
Are these yours or Steph's? What about the bread? The cash?
Dollar bills. I want to know why niggas think they can steal them. I had no intention of stealing them.
Shut up, Chris.
The only thing I do is. I think you ever know. I had no intention, bro. Yes, you did, nigga. Stop capping. Yes, you did.
Are these yours or Steph's? What about the bread? The cash?
Dollar bills. I want to know why niggas think they can steal them.
So somebody's trying to allege that he's stealing. We heard Cardi B say in a video that I played for you guys a few days ago that Blake Griffin was caught stealing or something like that from Stefan Diggs. So now they're trying to, I guess, push this narrative. Now they have this random girl who we've never heard of coming out now. I feel like Blake might have something on Stefan, and Stefan is trying to control the narrative behind the scene, kind of almost like he did with the chef situation. Do I feel like he attacked that chef? I do feel like something happened there, but sometimes when you have a lot of money and you can pay people, not saying that he did, but I'm just saying hypothetically, when you are a high profile person and you have a lot of money that you can pass out to make people say things or persuade people to go in your direction to kind of keep your image. Stefan Diggs has a lot to lose if he loses this case with Blake Griffin. So yeah, I feel like he's going to get anybody and everybody that he can to speak out and say whatever he wants them to say in order to help push his case over Blake's, because he knows that he has something, 100 text messages. I mean, he's already released some where he was telling Stefan Diggs, why don't he just come out and live in his truth, where he was talking about doing something to his butt. So I'm like, hello. But let's get into this. So according to Neighborhood Talk, it said as Stefan Diggs continues fighting a sexual assault lawsuit brought by Christopher Blake Griffith, said that old allegations about Griffith are making the rounds online. Now, a resurfaced video shows a woman identified as Griffith's child's mother making a number of allegations about him. Now, in the clip, she claimed that Griffith has spent years targeting NFL players, boxers, and other public figures, accusing him of allegedly trying to extort multiple people. She also alleges that he has a history of harassment, refuses to work, and has never financially supported their child, claiming that she never sought child support despite raising the child on her own. Now, I feel like Stefan Diggs, knowing that the two of them are in a bad space, probably shot her a few dollars or so and said, hey, I need you to do a live and talk about him stealing from me and talk about how much of a trash ass person he is. Y'all know it's called manipulation, child. It's manipulation. I'm going to say allegedly because I won't dare, but I don't know. That's how people operate when they know they have a lot to lose and somebody might have something on them, and you know a person that's close to them is not, in good with that person. So they have a way of saying, hey, I know you need a little child support because he ain't paying you none. So here, take this, take these 12 stacks and apply it where you need to. And then I need you to do this video for me to make old boy look bad. I feel like this is what's going on. We'll see though. It'll all come out in the damn rinse, wash, however the old people say it. So it says that the woman goes on to allege that Griffiths previously sued her for $12,000. I just said $12,000 over a chain that she claims that he never purchased and that she doesn't even have. Now, none of the allegations made in this video have been independently verified. Shout out to them for saying that. Now, they said that separately, members of Diggs' camp also have accused Griffith of allegedly stealing from the NFL star, though those claims have not been proven in court. Of course, people that's directly connected to Stefan Diggs is going to say that in his camp, right? I'm pretty sure each and every one of them are getting paid or getting some type of perks at some point in time, and they're not going to mess that up. If Stefan is asking them to do something, they're probably going to do it, right? Like, how many girls did he have come up and testify against the chef? And he was fully sleeping with this girl. Fully had a whole sexual relationship with this girl. And this girl was, I think she was in her feelings because she caught feelings sleeping with him, knowing that he was in a relationship with Cardi B, among other things. But I do feel like when the situation went south and hands was applied to her, that I feel like he did kind of manipulate some people around him to testify in his defense because he does have a lot to lose. He wants to play football. That's his career. He don't want to be out here working no regular 9 to 5 or no regular job. He wants to be in the NFL. And if that's taken away from him, he stands to lose a lot. So to protect his lifestyle, his money, and everything else that comes with it, yeah, he's not going to go down without a fight. And even if that means I'm, allegedly manipulating some people to kind of make things work in his favor, he may do that. Okay, so it says that the resurfaced allegations come as Griffith's lawsuit against Diggs continues to play out. Diggs has denied the sexual assault allegations and has filed counterclaims against Griffith, including claims of defamation. So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out in court. Okay, we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out in court. I don't know. I don't damn know. All right, so let's get into this. Y'all know how I go. Y'all know how I go. All right. You ain't even got to be a street person to know how this shit works. When a person got a lot to lose, all you got to do is shoot a person, a person who don't really have it like that. Give them about $5,000-$7,000. I know that's an odd number. Give them about $5,000-$7,000. And they'll say or do whatever you want them to do for that money because they need it. Shit, $5,000-$7,000 is a lot of money to a person who work a regular 9 to 5 and work from check to check and don't really have no extra money. They'll take that shit and do whatever you ask them to do. They'll lie. They will manipulate and everything else. They sure the hell will. And I feel like that might be what's going on because they're saying all the people in his circle are saying the same thing that he stole. Do y'all have a video of it? Do you have a picture? Do you have any type of proof? Or is that hearsay? Because hearsay is not admissible in court. All right, just know that. But let's move along. According to the Bravo Shade Room, now they're speaking about this situation with Portia and Shamia Child. Let's get into it. Now, according to Aurora Venus, it says that my overview and perspective of season 17, episode 15 says, number one, I'm happy that Shamia has Kelly by her side. Child, who else gonna be by her damn side? She done ran everybody else off. Said number two, seeing the lapdogs, Drew and Angela, run into Portia's side was very telling. Said that they don't mind, they don't have a mind of their own. And to be honest, I'm getting to the point where I wouldn't miss them if they did not return. Well, we all know that Drew is definitely coming back. We also know that Cynthia will be back probably again as a friend of. Portia will definitely be back because she is said to be the star of the show. So I don't see Andy getting rid of her. He likes Portia. All right. So number three says that Portia's saying her mind frame to move forward is very contradictory as she has displayed very narcissistic and passive aggressive behavior towards Shamia all season. She can pretend all she wants. Now she has done that, but I don't see her going nowhere. Andy ain't about to get rid of her. Number four, he says that how is Shamia gloating about being around Pilar? Says that we heard what Cynthia said and we heard what Shamia said to Cynthia. So how has this translated to gloating? Obviously, this person is a fan of Shamia. Okay. Number 5, he said that Portia did start this. Everyone needs to remember this. Both are in the wrong. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Both are in the wrong. Number 6 says, respectfully, Cynthia, no one is going to let anything go when it comes to the mothers. That I agree. I feel like Shamia should have never brought the mothers into this, which then opened a different can of worms. And this is a point of no return for the two of them. Said, if I remember clearly, Peter and your sister definitely didn't let things go when it came to your wedding, and that dragged and did. So let's not have selective outrage. Ciao. Number 7, he goes on to say that Portia has been wanting to say something about destiny swapping, as Shamia does have the life Portia wants. I said that before. I agree with that, right? Shamia definitely has the life that Portia wants, but Portia knows that she's the star, so she's holding on to that, and she's able to use that to her advantage, and Shamia wants that top spot. So it said that she was married to Cordell and portrayed this picture perfect life. That was even her tagline, and she was very eager to come back as Mrs. Gubadia and had to save face when that didn't work out. So the fact that Shamia does have it all, that's threatening to her. Do you guys feel like that? The fact that Shamia is living the way she is and has the lifestyle that she has, that is some way threatening to Portia, to where she feels like she is going to ice Shamia out, to where nobody wants to fool with her, to where, she doesn't really want Shamia on the show. So she's playing this, game of chess of wanting to ice Shamia out, which would eventually get to the point to where nobody would want to film with her, and that would ultimately kick her off the show. That's what I see happening here, right? Because if nobody wants to film with you, then ultimately Bravo and Andy would just say, hey, well, we're going to go ahead and just replace you, because what are we going to do? If nobody wants to film with you, then you really have no purpose on the show. So I think that's what Portia is doing. As you guys saw this last episode, like all the girls were running behind Portia, and everybody was kind of on Portia's side and capping for Portia. And it's crazy. So if Shamia does not have an ally on this show except Kelly, who they say may not return next season, that will not cement her. That will not cement her spot on the show for next season, and she will probably either be knocked down to friend of or off the show completely if nobody wants to film with her. So, because now you see she's already fallen out with K. Michelle, who Andy also likes, and she will probably return next season as well. It looks like Cynthia is speaking against her, and look like Drew has some things to say as well. And then, of course, Pinky go either way. Pinky go either way to win blow. So if all the girls are kind of teaming up and running to the side of Portia, that will kind of put Shamia on an island by herself, which ultimately she probably will not have a leg to stand on when it comes to recasting for next season. All right. And we all know that Phaedra is definitely on Portia's side as well. So let's continue. Number 8 says that Phaedra really has been on this mortician journey since season 3. She is so enamored with the dead. I don't know what it is with Phaedra. She is weird as hell. Number 9 said it's nice to see Kay and Drew making up. Their beef was silly. Number 10 says that I'm happy that Kay called out Portia's lying. Portia puts up a front. Portia's always put up a front. Like, why is that being called out now? She's been putting up a front since she's been on the damn show. Number 11 says that I agree with Kelly. The cast is taking sides and having selective outrage against Shamia. I mean, what do you expect them to do? It's them against Portia, and Portia is the star, so they're not getting ready to be on the side where they are against Portia, because Portia might have a little pull to where somebody might not be on show no more, right? Portia is an OG. We got to give it that. Number 12 says that I agree with Angela and Kelly. Portia is very calculated and is. She ain't that smart, but she's very manipulative and calculating, and she knows how this reality TV game works, and she's using that to her advantage, right? She's using it to her advantage. Said that she is also isolating Shamia, which is what she has done also. Didn't I just say that? And I hadn't even read all this. She is definitely isolating Shamia. She's isolating her to where the other girls don't want to fool with her, and that's going to get her off the show because Portia don't want her there anyway. Portia wants to be able to shine by herself, and she doesn't want to share that shine, and Shamia wants that shine. And Portia's like, okay, you're not gonna stand down. So what I'm gonna do is turn the girls against you, and you're not gonna have a leg to stand on. And next season, your ass ain't gonna be here, and they're gonna bump you back down to where I wanted you to stay in the first place, is probably friend of, or even off the fucking show. That's what I see. But shout out to Bravo Shade Room. If y'all agree, y'all can sound off. If you don't agree, sound off. Okay. That's the beauty about being over here. You don't always have to agree with my point and what my comments are on each of these posts. However you guys feel, just comment, and we respect that. Let's move along. This is something I hadn't heard before, but Jason Lee mentioned something that made my ears stand up. And I said, oh my, let's get into this, honey. With all this stuff going on with the Nolan Wells case, we're still trying to wait and see when this second autopsy is released. From what they're saying and from what I've been reading is that Mississippi autopsy coroner, that they're not releasing their information until they're waiting for the second autopsy. I think that that's some bullshit. Like, if they don't go ahead and release their Mississippi coroner, if y'all don't go ahead and release this damn autopsy, we've been waiting on this shit now. And I told y'all going on 2 damn weeks now, 2.5 weeks to be exact, right? I don't know why they're holding on to it. And I told y'all before that they're saying maybe, just maybe, there was something else that was found or founded in the second autopsy, to where they're trying to wait so they can compare. So they don't want to be up putting some fake shit on there and then they find something else, a legit reason why Nolan Wells was unalive. Now, I did see today that Nolan Wells' funeral was a closed casket funeral because he was so badly beaten and mutilated from what was said. They could not have an open casket, and that is what his parents decided not to do for the funeral. But they did have a view, like a private viewing, for those that I guess wanted to see him. They, I guess, could. But as far as the funeral, they did not open that casket because he was beaten. Okay, I will give y'all that. He was definitely beaten. So let's go ahead and get into this, what Jason Lee had to say. And that's sad. That's so sad. And I feel like those boys really did that. Sorry, I don't have evidence on that, but my gut feeling, my instincts, my intuition, and women, y'all know we have that. And most of the time, it don't lead us wrong. All fingers point to the motherfuckers that was on the boat with him. And I stick with that and stand with that. And I'll say allegedly, because I ain't no investigator. Well, I might be in my other life. But that's what it's giving me. My spidey senses are telling me that they are directly connected. They didn't even attend the funeral, right? They didn't even post rest in peace or any messages to Nolan to say how sorry they were that this happened to him or anything. They didn't show up to the funeral to show their respects, which further lets me know if this is your friend that y'all grew up with him as children, y'all didn't show no respects. Y'all didn't send no cards. Y'all didn't make no posts online because y'all too busy lawyering up and taking shit down and deleting stuff, right? That's what guilty people do. You covering your tracks. That's not what real friends do. Y'all weren't there to pay your respects. And I just find that to be very suspect. So, but we're going to wait and see what happens. I think all of this shit is going to come out eventually. I think the one of the mother, Wyatt's mother, who is a judge, I think she's been telling him and the rest of their friends to shut the fuck up. And if they don't find nothing, then they just going to move on with their life. But eventually it will come out. I've seen crime shows where 20 years go by and they come and get somebody for unaliving somebody. So that just because you got away with that shit today, don't mean that they won't spin the block on your ass. Because the way that technology is and the way that people can go back and figure things out, y'all know what I'm saying, investigations and all of that, they can go back and look at evidence, the way all of that shit works, baby. It could be 5 years from now and justice can be given to the Nolan Wells family. So we're definitely not going to stop trying to figure out what the hell happened here. I think that people know what happened. I think there are some people who are scared to come forward and talk. Hopefully this new reward money that was announced today at Nolan Wells' funeral, $50,000 from Al Sharpton, and then the other $50,000, which was matched by Tyler Perry. So that gives $100,000 reward to anyone that knows anything about Nolan Wells and what happened to him in this case. A lot of people were also saying that the reason why they're offering reward money is because their autopsy, the second autopsy, didn't go in the way that they wanted to. I saw some comments also that said that how dare Al Sharpton put up $50,000 when he owes the IRS money in back taxes. He can do what the fuck he wants to do with this money. Yes, he might owe the IRS, but I feel like he's doing a great thing. He wants justice for this family. If it was about him getting money, he would have been paying money. Who gives $50,000 when he could have sat on that money and probably paid the IRS if that's what he chose to do? But can't tell a person and stop pocket watching and telling people what to do with their money, right? I think everybody's been watching this case since it happened July 4th. We've been trying to be patient and wait to see what comes about with this case. So hey, if it takes putting up some reward money, most people will talk when there's some money on the table, and we're have to wait to see what happens, right? Hopefully I figure it out so I can come up on 100,000. Shit, I don't know. But let's continue, child. Now, all jokes aside, let's get into this. According to Spiritual Word, Jason Lee says that he's seen more teens participate in this thing called Quiet on the Creek Challenge than speak up about Nolan Wells. Have you guys ever heard of this Quiet on the Creek? What the hell is this? Let's get into what they're saying. And shout out to Don Lemon on this one as well. Okay, let's get into this.
Up with what you said, people being on social media and victims of the algorithm, etc.
I don't know. I've seen more young. Somebody in your chat just said it, and they look of a particular age. Quiet on the Creek. That's this new TikTok trend that's going on. I've seen more of that than I have seen young people taken to their social media to talk about it. I mean, I don't know if young people recognize or realize that Nolan can be them, right? I don't know that parents are talking to their kids about safety when they go on trips, checking in, ways of ensuring that they know that they're okay while they're away. And I think that, more now than ever, young people have to be reminded of, just the lineage between what's happening in America today and what's happened when they were younger.
Help with what you said, of people being on social media and victims of the algorithm, etc.
I don't know. I've seen more young. Somebody in your chat just said it, and they look of a particular age. Quiet on the Creek. That's this new TikTok trend that's going.
So if y'all are on TikTok, and I'm gonna go look it up when I get off live and see what is to this Quiet on the Creek. I don't think nobody needs to be no damn quiet on no damn creek or no damn lake or anywhere else when somebody's life has been taken. If you know something, say something. Nobody should be threatening anybody that if they go and say anything or report anything to the authorities that something's going to happen to them. Like that is definitely manipulating the investigation, and your asses should be locked the fuck up. Like there should be charges. Nobody should threatening somebody is a crime anyway, but nobody should be threatening someone when they want to come forward with the truth. Okay. And I really hope that they find justice.
Going on. I've seen more of that than I have seen young people taken to their social media to talk about it. I mean, I don't know if young people recognize or realize that Nolan can be them, right? I don't know that parents are talking to their kids about safety when they go on trips, checking in, ways of ensuring that they know that they're okay while they're away. And I think that, more now than ever, young people have to be reminded of, just the lineage between what's happening in America today and what's happened when they were younger.
Right.
Help.
I agree. Y'all agree with that? Somebody said, all I know, the only creek I know is Dawson's Creek. These people are funny in the comments. This is the first I've heard of Quiet on the Creek, and maybe this was made up from this whole Nolan Wells situation. I don't know. I've never heard of that ever. I'm definitely going to be looking it up on TikTok because I am on TikTok after I get off my video to see what the hell is up with these young people talking about a Quiet on the Creek. Like, hell no, right? All right, so let's get into this next topic where Judge Carlos, okay, we looked at a couple of his videos. Judge Carlos is speaking on this Nolan Wells case. Shout out to him. He is from that area, okay? He's from Mississippi, so he was actually at the funeral too. I was looking through some pictures, and Judge Carlos was definitely at the funeral. So they said everyone is getting excited that the Nolan Wells case is finally going to a Jackson County grand jury. Y'all hear that? But a former judge says, hold on, before y'all get excited now. Said that this isn't the DA choosing to do the right thing. By Mississippi protocol, if someone dies and the cause of death is unknown, it goes to a grand jury automatically. Now they said it is a requirement, not a choice, and it could be easily a sham representation to bury the truth. Said that don't let them trick you. So they're going to do a full deep dive into what is going on with this Nolan Wells case. So let's get into what judge, because he is a judge, a black judge. All right, I love this. And he's been speaking out on this Nolan Wells case. Let's get into what he has to say and what new developments he may know about or may be able to give us some legal insight on what is next to come on this. Let's go.
See, today, not only did she had announced earlier this week that she was going to work with, or was working with the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, she met with the family and their counsel and gave them an update and told them that she will be presenting all of the evidence to a Jackson County grand jury. That is a step in the right direction. But is it a step in the right direction because we had to call her hand. Had she planned to do that all along? I had the unfortunate experience of meeting the DA, McRath, back in 2019 when I was a partner with the Cochran firm. And Toussaint Diamond Sims was killed by a Morris Point Police Department officer on August the 8th, 2019. It was caught on video. There were several witnesses that said that young man had nothing in his hands when he was shot 5 times in the back by that Morris Point cop. 5 times in the back, nothing in his hands. DA McRath presented all that evidence, overwhelming evidence, and she still could not secure an indictment of that officer in Jackson County. So before everybody goes and starts singing her praises, let's make sure she's not going to do another sham presentation to the grand jury.
Y'all see what's going on here? He's calling it out. It looks like a lot of covering up has been going on for years now when our Black children have been, or Black people in general have been, or found themselves in situations on the other side of the law, or someone's been unalived. They've been covering up certain things. So this second autopsy, I feel, might have them a little nervous, hence the reason why they're holding on to whatever evidence or whatever they're trying to put out to say what happened to Nolan, because if they put out any information that's contrary to what the real autopsy or the second autopsy has to say by someone who really did a thorough investigation and a real autopsy, it could uncover a lot of other cases that were actually not done the way that it was supposed to be done. All right, so I'm gonna play it one more time. Again, this is Judge Carlos. Let's get into it.
I see today, not only did she had announced earlier this week that she was going to work with, or was working with the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, she met with the family and their counsel and gave them an update and told them that she will be presenting all of the evidence to a Jackson County grand jury. That is a step in the right direction. But is it a step in the right direction because we had to call her hand? Had she planned to do that all along? I had the unfortunate experience of meeting the DA, McRath, back in 2019 when I was a partner with the Cochran firm. And Toussaint Diamond Sims was killed by a Morris Point Police Department officer on August the 8th, 2019. It was caught on video. There were several witnesses that said that young man had nothing in his hands when he was shot 5 times in the back by that Morris Point cop. 5 times in the back, nothing in his hands. DA McRath presented all that evidence, overwhelming evidence, and she still could not secure an indictment of that officer in Jackson County. So before everybody goes and starts singing her praises, let's make sure she's not going to do another sham presentation to the grand jury.
So there you go, right there. He said it. All right. So we have to wait now that the grand jury is getting involved in this. This is just crazy that it has to go this far where people just don't want to do their fucking job because you're trying to cover up for someone who is in a high position of power that's your friend or your constituent. Is crazy. You still have to do your fucking job. And if their child finds themselves in a position that they shouldn't have been in, it just is what it is, right? I know they don't want to see their children probably spend the rest of their life or probably get the death sentence for unaliving someone. But if you take somebody's life, there is, there's a price to pay for that. And whether you're a judge, I don't give a fuck if you're the president and your child do something that egregious to someone to where their life is taken and somebody's beaten to the point to where they die. Like, yes, it definitely, justice definitely needs to be served. I don't give a hot damn who it is, right? I don't give a damn who it is. And the fact that a lot of these cases have been covered up in the way that they've been covered up, and now it's having to be exposed in this way. And it took Nolan passing away, okay, for them to do a second autopsy and have these people shook and scared to release information that they probably knew that they were going to try to do another little switcheroo like they've been doing with other Black cases and other findings, just putting on there undetermined, whether a person was powed, and you see a whole bullet wound and you say undetermined on the damn autopsy. Like, that shit got to stop. And that's what they're saying has been going on here, right? clearly if he is beaten to the point, or clearly if his body is mutilated to the point that he can't be shown at a fucking funeral, why the fuck are we putting undetermined on the autopsy? Clearly it shows that he was attacked and or beaten. And from what I've been seeing, it was like somebody said some type of pole. He was hit and beat with some type of pole, and he was holding his own in some fight that happened, and the other guys jumped him and ultimately helped unalive him. That's the story I'm seeing going around, right? Y'all know it's been a lot of narratives being pushed and going around on social media, but from what I'm seeing is that there was some type of fight that broke out and went on. And we told y'all about the young lady who said she was at the pool party and she saw Nolan spitting up blood and gasping for air, right? Now, that sounds like somebody might have punched him in the stomach. Because y'all know if somebody punched you in the stomach, you're gasping for air. Maybe somebody punched him in the throat, whatever the case may be. But he was definitely attacked. So we're not going to act like we don't know what the fuck happened and try to do this undetermined bullshit like we've been hearing in other black cases down in damn Mississippi. So I'm glad that eyes are on this case, and shout out to Nolan Wells and his family for doing a second investigation on this and not allowing Mississippi sheriff as well as the coroner to railroad their son into saying, oh, nothing happened. It was natural causes or he drowned. The fuck out of here. Ain't nobody drowned. Nobody drowned. We're not even going to do that. If he drowned, why he ain't have no water in his lungs? If he drowned, why ain't nobody hear him calling for help? And he was supposed to be a great swimmer. Hello, with all those people out there, if he was drowning, why didn't nobody hear him calling for help or see him struggling in the fucking water? And I don't think Nolan was slow to even be trying to swim pitch black dark and at night with no fucking lights on. Like, we're not buying that. We're not buying that. And we already saw that the GPS showed on that boat that they went back out to the island. So what's the point of you going back out to the island when you guys left? What was the point of that? What did y'all go back to the island for? And coincidentally, Nolan was found on the fucking island. Like, everybody, please use their brains in this situation. Like, this is not rocket science. Like, if you're an investigator and you have years of experience of investigating and seeing things, like, shit, I'm not an investigator, but even I can see that this shit don't sound right and it don't sit right. So why is this being swept under the rug? Why are they dragging their feet on? Nobody's been arrested for anything as of yet. And I'm going to keep saying it. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was 5 or 6 black boys and one white boy that went on a boat with them, and this white boy was found unalive, every one of them black boys that was on the boat, they're going to be locked the fuck up and they're going to question them and they're going to keep them sitting there until one of them crack and break and tell what the fuck happened to that white boy. So why are we not getting the same action when it comes to Nolan? Why are we not getting the same action? Why are we not getting the same action? If they couldn't show him at a funeral, like any funeral, they showed his friends walking by the casket looking at fucking flowers versus their friend because he was so badly mutilated. But undetermined? Oh, yeah. Sure. Oh, let me get off this because y'all know I get mad, honey. I get mad and I don't want to get mad, running my blood pressure, not get to cussing. But it's just, it's stupid to me. It's just crazy to me how racism still exists and how people are being protected. I don't know if money is on the table for people to not do their job so that their children don't be locked the fuck up for something that they know happened. I feel like that judge, you done came out and said that we ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not giving a statement. You done gave 2 statements because you scared. And I'm gonna say it again, none of those boys went to the funeral, which is another red flag. Because if that's your friend that you grew up with, you should have had your ass in that chair crying like the rest of his friends and teammates who were there today, to pay homage and pay respect to that young man. They weren't there. You didn't put up condolences messages to him. Y'all didn't go by and see the family. Y'all too busy covering y'all tracks. But then, and shout out to Al Sharpton today. If y'all didn't see the funeral, baby, go watch it. He eulogized him and he said something that stuck out to me. The blood is about to come up through the ground, honey. Nolan is gonna speak from the ground about what happened to him. And I guarantee you, it might not happen today and it might not happen tomorrow, but justice is going to come. Somebody's going to crack. Somebody's conscience is going to be eating them alive to where they can't sleep at night, where a constant replay of what happened to that boy because they were there and participated in it, and they're going to say something and all their ass is going to be locked the fuck up. And I'm speaking that into existence right now. Right now, I pray that everybody that was involved in Nolan Wells' death do not sleep well, that your mind just keep wandering and you don't get no rest and you don't have no peace. I send no peace your way. Period. I hope you don't get a wink of sleep. Every time you close your eyes, you see that young man and what you did to him. That's my prayer. Till one of them break and crack. That's what needs to happen. Because it don't take but one. It don't take but one to start talking, to give a direct connection to everyone. I pray no peace on none of those young men that had something to do with it. Even if you didn't touch him and you were there and saw what happened and you didn't stop the rest of them, you are just directly connected because you saw an unaliving happen and you did not say anything, nor did you stop it. You didn't report it. So you are just as guilty as the person who unalived him. Just as guilty. Just as guilty. So that's my prayer, that everybody involved, you don't sleep a wink, that the spirit of uncomfortableness will rest upon you until you open your mouth and speak about what happened to this young man. Right? And I send the same prayer to Judge Roach, that you will not sleep and that you will not get any peace until you do the right thing and recuse yourself from this Carmelo Anthony case and get your ass off this damn case because you were wrong from the fucking start. So no peace to any of them. No rest. Every time you close your eyes, I want you to see Carmelo Anthony's face, that you sat there and gave this young man 35 years when you know that you did not do your job. You didn't do your fucking job. You didn't do your job. But we're going to wait for God to do his job. Because that's the final say at the end of the day. Right? That's the final say. God has the final say in this situation. So that's my prayer. Right? That's my prayer. As I rest easy tonight, I pray that they don't rest easy. And every time you close your eyes, you're going to toss and turn in agony and in pain and in fear. That your heart continue to skip a beat till your mouth open and you tell what happened to that boy. That's my prayer. All right. And on that note, we're going to end this video. Okay. And we're going to keep talking about Nolan Wells. Yes, he's in the ground, but we're going to still keep talking about it until we keep uncovering what happened to him. We're going to keep talking about Carmelo Anthony until he walk out of them gates and go home to his family where he belongs. Right. That's what we're going to do. So yes, Peanut. Absolutely. This makes me outraged. I'm a mom of a black son, so I can't imagine how I would feel if I got a phone call that something like that happened to my child when I just allowed him to go out and have a good time with his friends, and I get a call that something like that happened. Cut the news on, because I'm going to be on there. Okay? Cut every news station. I'm going to be on there acting a motherfucking fool about mine. Okay? Absolutely. But let's get out of here. Okay. Love you guys down. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Shout out to the 156 watching. We had almost 200 watching tonight. Thank you all for being here. Again, thanks Peanut for being here. Hey Peanut, you guys check her out. She is a content creator. Also Miss Lily, what's her name? I can't remember her name. If Miss Lily is here, okay, Dr. Lily, if she's in the building, thank you for being here. Any other content creators that's in here as well, I appreciate you all for coming over and supporting as per usual. If Jada's in here, I know Jada, she stopped by the other night. If she popped in, thank you so much. On the Rocks with Jada, y'all check her out. Big shout out to all the content creators, all right, whether you're in the chat or in the bushes. We appreciate you all, okay? Of course, all my Caramelians, of course, my top flight mods. Thank y'all, Tiffany Thomas, Rose Ormstead, and Truth TV Podcast. Thank you all for being here, doing an awesome job, all right? We're going to get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, please don't forget to like the video, hype it up, all right? Here, y'all rest well tonight because somebody ain't. All right? Somebody not resting well tonight, but I want everybody in my chat to rest well. Y'all have a wonderful night until the next video. Bye.